So what's crazy to me though is a lot of people work their entire careers to be able to get on a plane, go to Japan, and have that experience of touring Japan. Ryan Davidson did it for us recently. Of course, you did as well. Hyun, Rex Andrews. There are a few people who've done the Japan thing. So talk to me about your experience working in Japan with only a year and change in training.
Yeah, I had my year anniversary there. So, I mean, once I left there, like I felt like I didn't have like a lot of confidence, like going in. Like I have confidence, but you just know you're like I don't have as much experience as these people. And then you're with like some of the best girls in the world, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to mess up. I don't want to like look bad. How did I end up here? And so we get there, our first show's the very next day, and I'm the very first match, so I have no one to even watch before, to like see how they go out there, to see this, and I'm the very first person to come out. So
Oh man, it's like being back in school. Like if you had to like give a presentation that day, you never want to be the first one because you're like, let somebody else set the bar and I can either surpass
yes,
it or what have you. But you're going out there blind. That's crazy.
yeah, and it was a triple threat, and so it's my first international match too. And I think you just really start to realize, like, oh, like wrestling is a universal language. And that's what I think one of my biggest takeaways from going over there was we might not be able to communicate as well as we want, and we don't speak the same language, but we speak wrestling. And as long as we have that, like magic happens over there, obviously, because there's a lot of foreigners who fly over there and can have great matches with someone who only knows Japanese, or can go to Mexico and they only know Spanish. And I think that was like the coolest thing for me to realize. And then it put like less pressure on me, like coming back. So I'm like, okay, it should make it that much easier when I can actually communicate and speak English with someone than when I wasn't able to.
And I've always heard, like in Japan, the crowd is different. What did you realize that the crowd's different? Because I always hear like that they're not as vocal as the American crowds.
They like to clap. Like,
is that the thing?
It's very like sophisticated. Like I would say, like I'll like sometimes like go on like Stardom World and like watch some like old matches too, and they're just like, it's like, wow, like
good for you. Just good for you. You did that. Good for you.